Hi, and welcome to this installment of Frank and Mary here in Westboro. If you haven't seen this show before, my name is Art Obergeron, and my day job is as a elder law attorney at Myrick O'Connell, but this is not about my day job. It's about my good friends, Frank and Mary, and their goal in life, which is to live in their house until they die and be buried in the backyard. You notice Frank actually even has a green shirt, but I don't know if you can see that today. So the purpose of this show is to help you, if you identify with Frank and Mary, know the people you need to know and the programs you need to know about, and in order to stay right in here in Westboro for until you die, forever, right? So with me is my wonderful co-host Shelby Marshall, who at the beginning of the show said, "So Arthur, no green." Now I managed to make it without green, despite having to get up with my wife, Patty Murphy, this morning, right? Patty Murphy Bergeron, right? But Shelby guilted me into finding my one green tie, and so here I am. And so Shelby, I know we have one of our great guests who, I mean, the last time she was on, our ratings were through the roof, so we brought her back, right? So whom do we have today?
Well, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Thank you for donning some green, Arthur, because today we're all Irish. So our return guest today is Kelley Petralia, and she's here to talk to us about an amazing organization we've talked about before, but to give us an update on that organization and tell us about some important activities coming up. So Kelley, welcome.
Thank you. Top of the morning to you. How are you?
We were going to do, we actually were going to have Kelley open with a jig, but she wasn't up to it.
I'm exhausted today. Sorry.
But the green glasses are really special. I was looking at
I've got my shamrocks from my grandmother who got them for me from Ireland a long time ago.
Great.
So I'm all decked out. Thanks for having me.
Even changed your name to Kelley just for this show, right? You know,
exactly.
No name normally Sharon, but today it's Kelley.
So Kelley, so you're here to talk about Westboro Connects. We were trying to, right before we taped the show here or started taping, we were talking about the last time you were on, which I think was sort of in the midst of early days of COVID. But as a reminder, if you would tell folks please about Westboro Connects. Full disclosure, I'm a proud board member of this amazing organization. But Kelley describes it best. So Kelley, take us away.
Well, thanks for having me here today. I do love coming here and love being with both of you. So thank you. Yeah. So Westboro Connects is a nonprofit organization. We actually have our 501c3 status now. Yay. Really, our mission is about connecting people to each other, to the resources that are available in our community. And really the end goal and result is a connected community that can do great things together. We can do hard stuff like work through the pain and resilience that is needed to get us through COVID. And then also we can kind of come together and do fun stuff like Kindness Week, which I'm going to talk a little bit about today, which is coming up next week in Westboro. So I'm happy to share a couple of slides with you.
That'd be great.
And just give a little bit of background and sort of what we're up to, a little update.
Great.
All right. Great. So as I said, we are all about connecting our community. There's so many great organizations in town. I feel very privileged to and blessed to be able to get to know so many great people that are doing great work already. Rotary Club, Civic, the Lions Club, the Women's Club, the Veterans Advisory Board, the library. There's so many great people and organizations in town that do great things. And what Westboro Connects tries to do is bring those people together to help support the work, do other things that maybe require additional arms and legs, and connect into the community at the individual level. So there are a lot of people in the community that maybe aren't aware of the resources that are available, like youth and family services and other things. So really, we try to amplify a lot of the good work that's going on. And as I said, maybe do some other things together that when we're in our own silos or alone, we just have more trouble accomplishing. So that's just basically, we are a strengths-based, community-based organization right here in Westboro.
Hard to believe we're, it's already in like year 3 for almost 4 now. We
Yes.
see like that timeline starting back in 2017. So
Great. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
no. It's amazing. I mean, I remember one of the first meetings I went to at Mill Pond School, and it was like this thing called Spark Network. And what is that all about? And, it's amazing to see where we've come and how many different programs and lives that have been touched through, so many different aspects of the work of Connects.
Yes, yeah, and as you mentioned, we have been, and we're mentored by an organization out of Natick called Spark Kindness, who have been doing similar work that suits the needs of Natick for about almost 11 years now. And basically people from Westboro were like, come here, show us how to do this. So that was, we kind of formed loosely as a group of just citizens coming together to talk about what we could do together in 2017, May of 2017. So here we are now. So just a little bit about what our focus areas are. As Shelby said, we offer programs, community programs, always in partnership with others, many of whom I mentioned already. But we've done over 22 programs. We're about to do our 23rd program on Sunday, which I'll talk about, that are free, they're community focused, they're open to all, and they're really about anything from resilience and substance use education to kindness week or screen-free unplugging kind of thing. So a big focus for us is ensuring that we are inclusive, that our community focus is on everyone in the community, whether that's, a young family with school-aged children or a 109-year-old citizen who's, retired and at home. All the cultural and other facets of the beauty of our community we want reflected in our work. And so we really try hard to listen to those voices, to speak with them, to bring people in and connect with them. We're focused this year on making sure we can sustain our work. We're doing some fundraising. We're looking for support to make sure we can continue doing the good things that we're doing. We, as I said, partner all the time with, we can't do anything on our own. So we are really focused on, engaging our partners in the work and continuing that, and also engaging volunteers. And another thing we do through the newsletter that I actually write every month is we promote a lot of the good work that's done that maybe we don't even have a role in, but that we just want to amplify to let people know what's out there for this community. So I want to talk about, this is a few of the programs that we're kind of working on in the near future for this year. Things are still sort of shaping up on a lot of them. And we're hopeful that at some point we'll be able to gather together in person physically in the same space. But what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about today is our Kindness Week, which is coming up. And are you both familiar with Kindness Week? We've had, well, I know Shelby, you are. I shouldn't ask that. You're on the board, but
Yep, I would hope so. No, but I think we should, obviously for the reason for having you on, Kelley, is to give Connects an opportunity to talk about it, because Frank and Mary and their friends may not be familiar with it, or maybe last year they saw a bunch of chalk writing on the sidewalk and they were like, what's going on
What is
here?
that? What's that graffiti on the sidewalk?
Yeah, exactly. So please tell us.
Yeah, so Kindness Week, this is actually our third Kindness Week. We've done them in 2020 and 2019, and it's really about amplifying the kindness that's in our community, that like just galvanizing around it, rallying around it, and saying, we are a kind community and we're just going to take a week and we're going to celebrate it like crazy. So we have a lot of what we're calling partners in kindness. We have actually over 40 partners in kindness that are joining us in this work. So we really wanted to feel special, and last week we had to pivot last minute because it was in March, really right after the shutdown began, and we were all in our homes. So we had to move online and do things quite differently. And we know that in the course of that, we weren't able to necessarily reach everybody because not everybody is on Facebook. Not everybody is connected to our newsletter. So while we're still having to do a lot of things in a virtual format or smaller group kind of format, this year we're feeling much better about being able to go out and show visible signs in the community of what Kindness Week is. You'll see our banner hanging, you'll see signs. And as Shelby said, on Wednesday, hopefully you'll see a lot of chalk of kind sayings along the streets of Westboro, because that is our Chalk the Walks Wednesday day. So Spring Kindness Week, it starts on Sunday, and we have a kickoff event. It's a virtual presentation by an organization called Ben's Bells Project. And the focus of this presentation is around intentional kindness and its role in connecting communities, which is right up our alley. It's going to be, there is pre-registration required. Westboro TV is going to be filming and showing it later on in the day, but we hope a lot of people will join us in the virtual presentation, and we can share the link. I guess maybe you guys could share the link for registration.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that, Kelley, as we close out the show today to make sure everyone sees that for a while and can jot it down.
We're grateful to have the support of the Westboro Cultural Council with the Ben's Bells Project. They provided a grant to us in order to bring the speaker, Cody Foss, in. So we're really excited for that. That's Sunday at 1. And then after, for those that have attended the program and register, we'll be passing out toolkits for the week. And it'll have like chalk so that they can sidewalk chalk and cards to write kind sayings to people, and a kindness, self-kindness bingo sheet, and all sorts of things, including these coins, which I don't know if you can see them. I should be looking into the camera here. So these are the coins that actually Ben's Bells will talk about. It's really, the idea is a currency that would run through the town. These coins, you hand them to somebody when you see something kind happening. So for people that attend this virtual presentation, we'll be somewhere in town distributing them, or we can arrange to drop them off within Westboro if people can't come get them. So there'll be a little tag that explains what it is, and we're excited about this currency running through town.
So Kel, with once an individual registers, I presume that they'll get a link to how to log in to the virtual program. And then will they also get follow-up information on where to pick up their package?
Exactly. And if they are unable to pick up their package and they are in Westboro, we will deliver it to them. Right. So there's that information when they register, asking them about that. So yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. So what are some of the other events going on during Kindness Week that you'd like to highlight?
Yes. So we have, like, the Senior Center is offering a buy one, get one to share with a friend or another community member lunch. They're doing that on Wednesday. So people just need to order. It's $5. They get their own lunch, and then they get one for somebody else. The police and fire are going to be out about town, handing out some buttons that say "Kindness Connects Us."
Oh, for a second there, I thought you were going to say they were going to hand out tickets. I was like, well, that's an awfully kind thing to be doing.
No, hopefully that won't coincide with that work.
They were going to hand out tickets and then rip them up.
Right.
It was like you did something wrong, but hey, we're giving you a break, right?
Right. It's kind of sweet. Yeah, the Veterans Advisory Board are making cards for some veterans that are residents of nursing homes in town. The library is doing a ton of things, all the way from the kids' room to the teen zone, up to the adult. So there's a lot to check out there. And the schools are doing things internally. Mill Pond has a whole week of celebration around Kindness Week. And the other schools will be doing things as it fits into their individual teachers and classrooms. But they've always been an amazing partner in this week. The Women's Club is arranging for chalking of the walks. I'm not going to reveal the locations because we want them to be a surprise.
I want to just say that last year I was one of the beneficiaries of my walks out front of my home being chalked, sort of in recognition. I think all the selectmen at the time were recognized for our service, and it was really cool. I mean, it was a as Kelley had mentioned, we had just all really gone into lockdown. And I remember Grayson, my daughter, was doing remote schooling, and she was like, "Hey, there's a bunch of people outside." And this crew of socially distanced, masked individuals showed up and made these amazing drawings with chalk in our driveway and on our front walkway. And it was, who would have known chalk could seriously bring that much joy? So I'm excited to, kind of see where these new locations are this year. And I'm sure it will bring joy to those that, receive it, as well as those who just kind of have a chance to experience it when they walk by.
And we encourage people to pick up their own chalk and go to a neighbor's, as long as the neighbor wouldn't be upset about it, to go to a neighbor's driveway or, a sidewalk around town. I'm Chris Pant, the head of the DPW. He gave us a thumbs up, like, go ahead, chalk the walks. It washes away.
That's
so
great.
If we can just spread a little joy and put a smile on people's face, we'd love that. So the Women's Club is arranging for their members to do a bit of that, but we also want just community members to do it. We also have some businesses getting involved. Yummy Mummy Bakery is offering a free coupon for a fudge brownie when you buy one on Friday. And Mugford's is offering free bunches of daffodils. LCK is offering kindness beads. There's just a lot going on. And I should mention that, a lot of this is made possible through individual donations to Westboro Connects, which we are grateful for, as well as sponsorship and support from Stephanie Stucklick, a realtor in town. We have the Rotary Club. Oh boy, I want to make sure that I properly, mention all of the people. I don't have my list right here, but we're just very, very grateful for all of the support. Oh, I should say, I'm sorry, I know, the Pastoral Counseling Center. So I don't want to forget that. They also graciously and generously donated to Kindness Week.
And if folks, I'm sorry, Arthur, go ahead.
I was going to say, so what's really fascinating about that is that it really goes also to the essence of Westboro Connects. I mean, the notion of having a place where every one of those organizations, who of course are genuinely interested in those things kind of on their own, can we do something as part of a community, and so that it just everything amplifies.
Yeah.
And so that kind of the essence of the organization, that by amplifying, you're really showing the greatness, that all the pieces together are the sum of the parts is greater than the parts. It's a wonderful thing. It's just wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, and that I couldn't agree more. It's wonderful. So there's a lot that I can't even share because I would take up so much time. But if people are interested in learning more, they can go to our website, which is westboroconnects.org with the OUGH in Westboro. .org. And then we have a Facebook page for Kindness Week, which is WC Kindness Week. And then also we have a mailing list that we'll be sending out actually later tonight. We'll be sending out a preview of everything that's going to go on next week. Release Wellbeing is having a kindness meditation that you can sign up for. Soham Yoga.
Arthur and I will be there for that.
We'll be there.
Yeah. There are a lot of things. So I encourage people, if you're not already on our mailing list, to consider joining it, and we'll keep you up to speed, up to date with this and all the other things happening.
Yeah, it is. I want to really encourage Frank and Mary and their friends to sign up for the Westboro Connects newsletter. It really is a great way to get sort of like a palette of a view of really interesting things going on across the community, things that might not be sort of in your primary lane where you live and work and play every day. So it's a great way to kind of find out what's going on across the community. And I want to stress that the events that Westboro Connects does at this point, I can't think of anything that requires a charge. That's really about its. Certainly Kindness Week is free to participate. So free fun and joy. What better way to kind of kick off the start of spring? And that is sort of a tenet of everything that Westboro Connects does to make it accessible for anyone in the community. So.
And it's so great for Frank and Mary, who've been stuck in the house forever, right? And so and now they're getting their shots, so they're going to be able to get out. But actually having this kind of having your schedule to look forward to, having a whole bunch of things to look forward to, that as Shelby says, are not necessarily in Frank and Mary's traditional lane, but they're getting them out to the community, which is terrific.
Yeah, and it's an open event. Again, it's for everyone. It's not just like, kindness isn't just about kids, right? You think like, oh, well, like little activities. No, this is for everyone, right? Kelley, you have up on the screen some information about reach out. In the remaining time, did you want to just take a few minutes to talk about that?
Yes, I would be happy to. Thank you. So Reach Out Westboro is actually headed up by Youth and Family Services, and we are a collaborator with Youth and Family Services on this program. It's really a program around emotional wellness and training for emotional wellness for targeted groups within the community. So really trying to help people understand emotional distress, mental distress that's beyond just typical stress. So in the time of this pandemic, of the COVID pandemic, a lot of us that are could experience stress in life anyway. There's a heightened level that can become unmanageable and really lead to further concern. So it's about like helping educate people, understanding a little bit about that, what is unique to their situation that might be causing distress, and then also what are the resources that are available in the community to help them or help them help others. So we're looking at different targeted groups for these trainings, which will be facilitated by different groups outside of Youth and Family Services and Westboro Connects. So the first group that we're targeting is actually unpaid caregivers. So I think Frank and Mary probably have some friends that would, fall into this. Maybe they also are unpaid caregivers of, a loved one, whether it's a parent or a child with special needs or an aunt or an uncle. And the thing about unpaid caregivers, having known several in my life, is they're so used to big, broad shoulders, shouldering a lot of things on, themselves, taking up, doing what needs to be done no matter what. What is really critical and why we think this is a really important audience is because these times are extenuating. Some of the resources that are typically available to them are not right now. They're not able to get out and maybe do some of the self-care that they're used to doing. And they may be really experiencing distress that because of COVID is just something that, they should hopefully get a handle on. So these trainings will be small group, free. It's not a support group, but it's really about identifying and understanding distress and how you could do something about it.
So Kelley, thank you. I want to, I know your colleague Hina has reached out to me. So in the line of our business, we have, while we provide professional caregivers, we're really augmenting the care in our business for people that, to your point, are like Frank and Mary, who are caring for a loved one. So Arthur, this is a great opportunity, certainly for you and maybe your clients, those at Myrick who live in Westboro and who may be providing some caregiving. And Kelley, I appreciate you bringing to us the idea. It's not just for, when we think about caregivers, I think there's certainly maybe an assumption on my part that it's an older person caring for an older person, but it absolutely could be an older person caring for a younger person with special abilities. And or it could be that you have a younger person caring for an older adult. So it's a great opportunity, and I love that Reach Out will do a number of different targeted sort of thematic trainings, if you will. So I encourage folks, again, you can reach out to Youth and Family Services or Westboro Connects. We'll have that information up as part of this show, so you can find out how to reach out.
Yes.
And Kelley, as you know from being on the show before, my job is comic relief and timekeeping, and I'm watching my clock and saying, I know we always try at the end of the show to give Shelby a few minutes just to talk about possible things that may be coming up in town, because once again, it's one of the reasons why we're doing it as a weekly show is so that especially folks like Frank and Mary who are, kind of staying tuned through this show can kind of know what's going on. Shelby?
Yep, absolutely. So again, want to thank Kelley for being our guest. I'm excited about our next two shows. Got Chris Payant, our DPW director, will be on to talk about things going on in the public workspace, always interesting and dynamic. And then following that, we actually have Kara Presley, who's been on before. She's our director of youth and family services, and she'll be providing an update. We'll continue as we kick off April, sort of on our, understanding the environment and helping Mother Earth. We'll have Sharad Mehta back. And then we'll be talking about the virtual mass save energy audits in the following week. So we've got a kind of a really interesting lineup of work. Want to encourage folks to be patient with a vaccine. It's not been an easy process, but we are getting there. And I do hear the governor's releasing some more guidelines today. It should be interesting. But do your best to get registered and get the vaccine. As someone said the other day, if you want to consider it an act of patriotism, then so be it. But get your vaccine.
But get your vaccine. Yes, right. Get your vaccine, and in the meantime, stay safe. Stay safe. It's very close now. COVID's going. Spring's coming. You got Kelley Petralia to take care of all of your fun things for this year. So connect into their website. Kelley, thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you.
And we'll try to have you like every St. Patrick's Day from now on. We'll have you come back as our special Irish guest. And Shelby, thanks, obviously for really lining up a wonderful set of people. I think a lot of folks a lot of Franks and Marys have come to enjoy, a variety of things that we're able to talk about.
Yeah, they actually look forward to seeing us, Arthur.
Oh my God. No, it's because of our guests. I told you, it's Kelley. It's Kelley. She's terrific. So anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching. Kindness Week is your week. Have a good time. Go meet a few new people. Be kind to them. Don't be mean to them. And we'll look forward to seeing you on the next installment of Frank and Mary here in Westboro. Thank you very much.